Hey, how's it going, guys? Jack and Matt here with the Toasty Bros, and today we're going to be building a $300, yes, I said $300 streaming PC.
Let's get right into it, shall we? But first, a word from today's sponsor.
This video is brought to you by LF Gaming, the official sponsor of Toasty Bros HQ. We love the attention to detail from their Stealth Extreme gaming chair to their Mach 2. The comfort on these chairs is unmatched compared to any other chair we have tested on the market, and they have helped us stay comfortable throughout long working days here at the office. The combinations of comfort and ergonomics make them a really awesome investment for your setup. LF Gaming has been nice enough to hook us up with a 10% discount code for our viewers if you use the link in the description down below. So if you're interested in upgrading your setup game, please check the link in the description down below and use our link to save 10%. Thanks again, LF Gaming, for supporting our channel. Now let's get back into the video.
Alright, so yes, you heard us right. This is a $300 streaming PC, and you might be wondering, we have a Dell Optiplex right here. How the hell are you going to stream on a Dell Optiplex? Well, we managed to do that. So the main concept here is using the fastest graphics card right here, which is a 1650. Big thanks to Gigabyte, they were nice enough to send this thing over for this project, and it requires no external power. Now, do we normally recommend the 1650? No. Jackson will talk about a card that we do recommend, which is the RX 570, and those cards are really awesome, but the only downside is
you have to have external power. And really, I would almost say like even a 580, if you could squeeze it in here, just because, you know, about the same size as a 570, and they're almost the same price. You can usually get a 580 for, we've gotten multiple for like $100, and you can't really beat that. But like Matt said, this power supply comes in, this was only like, what, 200 something watts?
Yeah, 200 watts.
And Matt was also pointing out, some of these Optiplexes do come with bigger power supplies. Some of them will be like 300 or 400. In that case, you might be able to get away with like a 570. The only thing is they're not gonna have the 6 or 8 pin GPU power supply that you need. You're actually going to have to get adapters like SATA to 6 or 8 pin or even Molex.
So now back to the Optiplex. We wanted to get an i7 because when you're live streaming, the more threads or cores, the better. So we went with an i7 2600, and this Optiplex came with a 1TB hard drive and 8 gigs of RAM for $100, which is not too bad. Yeah, it's not the prettiest. It's in a pre-built tower that you see in like your school or office setting, but it does the job.
So for an extra like 20 or 30 bucks, you could also just throw this into a really nice case, like a DIY PC case. Please sponsor it. Anyways, Matt and I have done multiple builds where we've done it in a really nice looking case, and you can never even tell it was a pre-built at that point.
So as I mentioned, the upgrades we made with this system was the 1650, but we also added an SSD because in 2019, SSD storage is almost a must. We used a 60 gig SSD that we had on hand. Yeah, it's not really the best value out there when you can get 120 gigs for like what, $20?
About the same price. Like $17.99 you can get the Kingston ones, and you can even get a 60 gig Kingston one for $17.99 too.
So yeah, go with a bigger SSD if you are replicating this at home. We were just using one that we had that was actually submerged in mineral oil for a few years. So, well, it still works.
Don't worry about that.
But yeah, setting the whole system up was really easy. All we had to do was install the graphics card, plop it into the PCI slot, install Windows on the SSD, and then all we had to do was configure OBS to do the live streaming. And as you see on screen right here, and I'll leave links down below to some of the Twitch VODs, the live streaming was actually pretty solid. Jackson was sitting next to me on the first stream that I did, and he can give you some input on some of the performance of the stream itself when we were playing Fortnite and CSGO. That was the other game we ended up playing on the first stream, and he could tell you some of the performance numbers.
I was pretty surprised, honestly. I didn't even know it would actually stream, because most people think to be able to game in general, you have to spend at least $600. Well, we are actually able to play a game and stream off of it, which is almost unheard of. Most of the time, when you hear the term like $300 streaming PC, you would think this would be a secondary streaming PC, as in you stream on like a $1,000 PC, or sorry, game on a $1,000 PC, but you actually stream from this. But that's not the case. We actually did both on this Optiplex.
Will this work properly? I don't know. I know this probably sounds horrible, but this is just a random test that we're doing on a PC that we're doing a video on. Unknown, what's up, Savage Boss? How you doing? Ish.
Actually, like this, dude.
All right, cool.
Alright, so this is a 24-hour live stream, right?
Yeah, it's 24 hours. We're playing some CS:GO, dude. Poggers.
It's a weird size.
It is weird. So you'll get specifics on the stream settings in the actual video, guys, but I'm using just a very basic, like, very fast preset. There's people talking, it's so loud.
You're good. So far, so good.
Ooh.
I think he said it's raining. I don't think it's raining here. Yeah, there's no rain outside here currently.
Internet doesn't like the rain. The power here doesn't even like the
It's
rain.
like terrifying when it rains here, like our power constantly flickers. Yeah, it looks good now.
Alright, cool. A little bit higher, so this might be a good test for it. It hit like 95 at one point, but now it's kind of settling in.
No settings.
Oh, settings? The stream it's on the
No, but Fortnite.
Fortnite. It's using like those pro settings.
No.
Gun question mark? No.
What do you think about an i7 4770 and an R9 8490 computer that's an Optiplex for $189?
That's
And
not
it's actually a
bad.
full-size tower, so we could upgrade it with like a 580.
Doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world.
I think I have Windows 7 on it then.
Eat TNT. Yeah, it doesn't have a hard drive. How do I build?
I don't build in Fortnite.
Yeah, peek your head, dude. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, god damn it. That didn't work. How's it look, chat? Alright, I'm assuming sound is fine. Great sound. There it is.
That was the last one.
Poggers.
Get to the indicated pod for resupply. Go
A little
make
bit
a
of tinkering,
difference.
it's easy to do. This is literally just buy the Optiplex and throw a graphics card in and boom, you're good to go.
And the Bostinator takes round one. Come on, get in.
Good start. Now finish the job. Allez.
And people tell me the Ryzen 5. Oh, Ryzen 5 1600 is awesome for live streaming. Well, I don't know who told you that. That's an awesome processor. That's my recommended processor to get into live streaming on a single PC setup. Let me know if there is anything crazy. The ads on Twitch don't help me. If you're referring to ads on YouTube, yes, they do help me. They help the YouTube channel a lot. If you watch the advertisements, we get more money that way. But on Twitch, no, they don't do anything. I'm not partnered, so it means nothing. All right, let's run around the forest a little bit. Act like some forest players. I'm getting PTSD from the last time I played this game. Oh man, I'm honestly so over this game. I've played it so freaking much.
By no means are you going to be streaming at 1080p. You're streaming at 720p, 60 FPS, which is more than enough for live streaming nowadays. Trust me, if you're getting into live streaming, don't stream any more than that for right now. It's perfectly fine. And we did have to adjust the bitrate for our office. We were having some internet issues in our office. So if you have a good internet connection at home with preferably 10 megabits per second up, you can up the bitrate if you wanted to. But overall at 720p, 60 FPS, playing games like Fortnite, Killing Floor 2. I also played CSGO. It performed very well. There were very few drop frames. The footage, as you can tell, isn't that grainy. It looks really solid. If I did up the bitrate, it would look even better. But honestly, I was very impressed. And for $300, you're getting an all-in-one package that can get you into live streaming now, and then maybe, who knows, you can get a new one later if your Twitch career or YouTube career takes off. But also something you could try, which we didn't actually try because we wanted to show the power of the i7-2600, is using the NVENC encoder, which actually uses the GPU itself to do the live streaming. You could have done that, but it kind of ruined the point because we went for the i7 so we could use the more cores and more threads that it comes with. So that's the main reason why we tested it. But if you were doing something similar, you could get a higher core count or lesser core count CPU and go with like a 1650 and use the NVENC encoder and maybe get even better performance.
So if you guys want to buy any of these parts or even this whole pre-built, links will be in the description down below. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Adios.
Bye. Resupply.